What's going on, guys? All right, I apologize for my hair. It's all messed up. I just went for a run. But I'm just going to go ahead and do my quick prediction video for UFC. I think it's 220, 220, 221? I think it might be 220. Stipe Miocic defends his heavyweight belt against the upcoming beast, tank, gorilla, whatever you want to call him, Francis Ngannou, freaking monster. I want to start doing thoughts and reviews. Again, I'm going to bring it back tonight, so stay tuned for tonight. We're going to go live and talk about my predictions or on my overall thoughts on the fight. I watch all the pay-per-views pretty much. I try to watch all of them at least. I'm a big UFC fan. But yeah, I'm going to try to bring thoughts and reviews back because it was one of the first things I did on my channel, and I really enjoyed it. And now that I feel like I know more about UFC than I did back then, I'm able to talk better about them and learn more. And then hopefully you guys can communicate if you guys are UFC fans. So UFC fans, if you're a UFC fan, subscribe. I love talking about UFC. I'm bringing that back on my channel. You can check out my old UFC videos. Wasn't really that good. I was young and I didn't really know anything. But anyways, let's go ahead and do. I'll probably just throw in these little prediction videos for some big before the main event, and then I'll do my thoughts and reviews like I used to. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do the main event and co-main event. So we'll start off with the co-main event. We have Daniel Cormier versus Volkan. And I'm not even going to try to say his last name because I'll butcher it like crazy. But that's for the heavyweight bout. I do believe that Volkan, I think it's a little too early for a title shot for him. I don't feel like he's developed yet. People are probably going to get on me for that. I really do think that DC, obviously with more experience, he's getting up there. He could very well get knocked out, but I just really don't see DC losing this fight. I think it's really another DC and Rumble fight. Rumble stunned him early, and DC ended up grabbing a hold of him and laying on top of him and then submitting him. I think it's gonna be the same thing. I think Volkan will catch him early, but Volkan, I think the lack of experience is gonna get to him, and I don't think he's ready. I do feel like Gustafsson should have got a immediate rematch with Daniel Cormier. Well, not immediate, but after he beat Glover Teixeira, that was a beautiful, beautiful combination. Probably the best combination I've seen in so long. I think it should have been DC versus Gustafsson too, and Gustafsson arguably won that fight against DC. So it was close. It was close, man. One of those judges said it like 50-45. That judge was high. But I really do think Gustafsson should have got DC over Volkan. I think Volkan should have fighted like another top contender. But yeah, he's impressive, man. Not taking anything away from Volkan. Volkan is a beast, man. He tore up Jimmy Manuwa, and he's a top contender. And he did that in what, 20-something seconds? I think it was like 28 seconds or something like that. Don't sleep on Volkan. He can very well stun DC. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Volkan goes in there and destroys him. But I really do think it's going to be another DC and Rumble fight. Volkan will stun him early, but DC will overall, his wrestling will get it out. If you can hear that sound over there, it's my little vacuum. We named her Karen because of SpongeBob. She's a little robot cleaning vacuum machine. And she's interrupting my video. Karen! It's annoying. Anyways, so I got DC winning. And yeah, I think I'll have him submission about second or third round. I think he'll finish him. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Volkan goes in there and kills him because it would be interesting to see. Because then DC can retire. And then we can see Volkan versus Gustafsson. And Gustafsson is one of my favorite fighters, so I'll be pulling for Gustafsson. But yeah, don't sleep on Volkan. Anyways, next fight, we have the main event, baby. Oh, boy. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou. Oh, my God. You want to talk about a tank, man? This guy, he's ridiculous. I know we haven't seen him tested, but he's knocking out good people. Like, He knocked out Alistair Overeem, man. I mean, I know Alistair Overeem's been in this business for forever, man. He's been fighting forever. And he just went in there, and I know Alistair's chin isn't the greatest, but he went in there and he manhandled him. He knocked him out in 1:30, and he made it look easy. And I know a lot of people were saying, I mean, Francis Ngannou is a big favorite in this fight, and I don't see how. I think it's a little crazy for people to get mad that Francis is such a big favorite. I'm going to go with him. I feel like, and a lot of people are saying, oh, you're sleeping on Stipe. People forget how good Stipe is. His 3 titles defenses, if he wins this fight, he'll be the greatest heavyweight of all time. And I agree he will. If he somehow pulls this off against Francis, and especially finishes him, no doubt he's the best ever for a heavyweight in UFC. But it's just like, people are saying, like, oh, everyone's sleeping on Stipe. No one's sleeping on him, man. Like, everyone knows how good Stipe is, but people don't realize that Alistair Overeem gave Stipe Miocic problems in that fight. He gave him problems. He almost knocked him out early. I know Stipe was ended up he recovered well and he won the fight ultimate and he dominated him. But come on, guys, like I've seen Stipe stunned before. I've seen Stipe. Stipe lost to Stefan Struve young in his career. Stipe's been stunned by Junior Dos Santos the first time they fought. That was a great fight, by the way. Stipe was stunned. Stipe was stunned by Alistair Overeem. Like, I've seen Stipe stunned before, so it's not like, and I don't. I mean, everyone's saying, well, if this goes past the first round, we haven't seen Francis tested. He can't go past this round. Well, I don't think it's going past. I don't think it's going that long. If Francis Ngannou lands a good punch on him, which he will, Stipe's going to sleep. I'm sorry, guys. I got Francis Ngannou taking this easily. If Stipe wins, that is kind of a good thing because I would like to see Kane versus Stipe and not Ngannou versus Kane because rip to Kane. I feel bad for Cain Velasquez because I do feel like if Cain Velasquez never got hurt and all these injuries never happened, he would beat Fabricio Verdum when they fought, and he would still be the chip. And we wouldn't even be thinking about Stipe. But I respect Stipe. I respect both these fighters. I just think it's kind of hard not to go against Francis right now. It really is. I mean, I know it's going back to DC and Volkan. I should pick Stipe like I picked DC because of more experience, even though Francis has more knockout power like Volkan does. But it's like, I do believe that no one can take a hit by Francis. I know that for sure. No one can take a hit. And if Stipe somehow takes a hit from him, I'll admit that I was wrong, and I'll come back on here and on my thoughts and review with you guys, and I'll say I was wrong. But there's no way. I don't see. Someone's getting knocked out tonight. I'm going to say Francis Ngannou finishes it in the first round. I'm due. I've seen Stipe stunned before by Alistair, and look at what Francis did to Alistair, man. Like, maybe I'm jumping on the bandwagon here a little bit, but it's kind of hard not picking Francis. So, Stipe fans, I understand, like, yeah, like, I know you're big Stipe fans and everything, and, like, it's kind of like, oh, you shouldn't be disrespecting Stipe, but it's like, how could you bet against Francis? Like, what he's been doing, like, he goes in there, he doesn't get touched. I mean, yeah, his cardio might be a factor, but he can go in there in this fight early. I know he can, and I think he will. Anyways, good luck to both of these fighters. I got Francis winning. If Stipe wins, hey, I mean, I was wrong. I'll admit it, but I'm going for Francis for that knockout. And yeah, UFC is getting really good this year, so we got a lot of fights to make. I'm just like I said, this is not really a big card, so we'll just do the first two main event. Tell me who you guys think is going to win, and if not, tune in tonight right after the fight. If you guys are still up, go live with us, and we'll talk about the post-fight. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. And, yeah, if you guys like UFC, like I said, subscribe, turn on the notifications so when we go live, you don't miss a thing. We got Super Bowl stuff tomorrow, or conference championship tomorrow for NFL, so we got all that to do. And yeah, guys, if you like sports and all that, subscribe, turn on the notifications so when we go live, you don't miss it, and you can come hang out with us and join us. All right, I'll see you guys later tonight. Peace out.